Hi, my name is Ethan Chisholm. I'm from GDSN 178, and today I'm presenting to you my project 3. We were assigned to do two posters, and I chose one of my posters to be the Rio. One second, I forgot what it's called. Um, the Taste of Rio, and this is the design that I made for it. Try to make it look as much as possible to the school colors. Just keep everything black and gold like we're supposed to, because that's what our school's colors are. I put some students over here. They look just like some normal Rio Hondo students. Give it like to show that Rio Hondo cares about their students. And these are some places that Rio Hondo is actually going to get catered from the food by. So I thought that wasn't a requirement, but I thought that'd be pretty neat to add that in there. And they said in the brief to make sure you had something that's like altered reality, and you would never be able to see like a piece of pizza with a face and a smiley face in real life. That just doesn't happen. So I made the pizza smile and laugh. It was pretty cool to make. And I also made a burger. I didn't really need to do a face or a mouth for him because the bacon and all the stuff in his mouth, it kind of just made it look like a little mouth right here. And this is like the overall view of it. If you want to look at it, put the little Rio Hondo flag in there. I also put Go Rio because our school rocks. And I put a Go Rio um, little branding right here. I have a forks and knives. I have I Love Rio Hondo, the location, Whittier, California, and a little grad hat. I also put a link. I made sure to follow everything in the brief just to make sure I didn't miss anything out. I'm pretty sure I got everything in there, the time, the website, the contact information, and an email, and the date and the year. And yeah, a lot of time went into this. I had a great time completing it, and I try to put as much as detail as possible, just like adding this little ticket right here, as you can see. And I was really specific with the colors just to make sure it matched everything. And the typefaces I used right here was Apple Chancery, which was a pretty cool typeface. It was a little bit fancy. I try to keep it a little bit more, I guess, like, I don't know, fancy. I don't know. I just don't want to have anything too plain. And the target audience can be from wide ranges of people. Like, it could really honestly be anybody. And I had a fun time designing this one. And I use this type just because the style of it, like, it really matches with the message that I'm trying to give off here. And I thought it looked pretty good with it. And this is my first design. I'm gonna go ahead and give you a look at my second. Let me just move this here. This one, I had a great time making this one. I did it for a concert called Rolling Loud. It's like a festival. I'm pretty sure some of you guys have heard of it. And yeah, I put the ticket information, how much the tickets would be, the location, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's pretty good. Like, these stay up pretty late. They go at 12. I've been to one myself. It's actually pretty fun. And I put the location with the address, a trademark, letting you know that it's trademarked by Rolling Loud. I put something from a video game I used to play because this video game character is actually from Miami in the game. So I thought that was pretty cool. I put an Instagram for Rolling Loud. And I have various artists that are going to end up playing at the place. And these artists actually have played at these places. So I thought that was pretty neat to add them in there. I use a lot of the tools like the outer glow and all the effects that we've learned from all the design examples and all that stuff. And I thought it looked pretty neat. Everything was like pretty wild colors from pink to blue and green and yellow. And I don't know, there's just a lot of colors and a lot of stuff going on here. I made sure to add some sponsors like Xbox, Bud Light, West Coast Cure, Rap Snacks, and just those little ones right there. These are actual sponsors that sponsor these events. And I made sure to put the year, which is 2021. There was supposed to be a 2020, but it got canceled because of COVID. So I made sure to include that this was year 2021. And this is probably my favorite part of the design. just a little mouth right here. It looks like something from Kiss. When I first got it, it was like a different color off Google, but I decided just to change it to go with more of this art style and color. And I think it blends in really, really good with it. I was really proud of this one. I made sure to use all these little effects on the text right here to make them look like wavy, and the beach right here, the little Miami beach and the skyline in the back. Make sure I add this character and keep all the colors in place. There's a lot of going on in the background, lots of shapes and cuts. And the typeface I used for this one was Arial Black. It was a simple typeface, but with all the effects I added on it, it made it look really good. And I was actually hyped on this one. I thought it was pretty good. I put special guest. They always do that in every Rolling Loud. They make sure to have a special guest. So I make sure to add it to make it look as real as possible. And the textures on this, I used a few textures, just more on the type, not so much on the background, and like a little bit of shading right here on the girl image. The whole overall vibe, I think, is just super Miami, and I thought it was actually pretty neat. And yeah, I think the shapes were really good on this. I tried to keep everything in shapes from the background to just the lettering. I did distort some of them just to make them fit, which I thought did look good. And I made sure all the contrast and everything was good on this one, just to make sure that it wasn't too high or low or anything like that. And I kept spaced between everything just to make it not too smushed up, just like I kept it in this one. It's pretty tight, but it's not too smushed. I left some space so you're able to read everything. Nothing's like super, super close together. And this is like mainly the big centerpiece. And I had a lot of fun really making this one too. This one, I got really creative with it. And I was pretty surprised to find out this event was sold out 3 years. I might have been to these. I'm not too sure. I think I did go to one when I was in high school, but I might be wrong. And this image, I made sure to connect the background with the image right here to keep it the same color. It looks like it's coming out of it. And yeah, I kept everything going good and smooth while I was making this. It was pretty good. Everything went by fast. The rhythm while making this was really neat. And I really like this one a lot. I kept the OG school colors in it. And this one is just super vibrant and colorful. And like, there's a lot of stuff going on here. And yeah, just everything's good, the shape, and I try to keep these typefaces along with the picture and the style. All the typefaces, I think they go along with it. From this one's really plain and bland and not too crazy, but it has a lot going on here. And this one, I think the typeface is pretty nice too. They really went in with this mouth right here. I really love that. I think that looks really good. And yeah, everything's the same typeface in this image, and so is this one. There's a few different typefaces that I used here. Right here in this one, I use Baloo Bahina, and in this one, I used Apple Chancery. So you can see I mixed a few, and also this one, I use HWT Arts. And this one, yeah, I try to just make it have like different typefaces just to not keep it all this one. I did think this one was nice, but I wanted to add a little, I don't know, pizzazz in there. And yeah, I really had fun making this one, and this sums up my design example for both of these. This is a great design, and so is this one. I think I did pretty good at it. And yeah, I had a little bit of difficulty creating this one just because it did take a while. It took me about, I don't know, the whole day to make this one. This one took a long time. It was pretty fun. It was a little bit difficult. This one was a little bit difficult, giving me some problems placing things, but I got to follow the brief and make sure everything was followed. I put a lot of color into it, from the eyes to the background to the texture. And I made sure just to follow my brief, and everything went pretty smooth, and I followed the brief, and this sums up my project 3, and thank you for watching.